In Capital News tonight, 4 people in Tunduru district died due to undiagnosed illness. Mai fighters invade army camp in DRC. Preparations for the National Basketball League at 90%. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. 4 people in Namasalau village, Tuemacho ward in Tunduru district, Ruvuma region, have died after suffering from an undiagnosed illness. Symptoms of this illness include coughing and vomiting blood. Some Tanzanians believe that this illness is linked to witchcraft. Tunduru District Commissioner Mr. Juma Homera, who visited the affected village, said that the government is investigating the origins of this illness and they have not yet been able to determine what type of illness it is.
How the death of my mother happened this morning is that she woke up well, then suddenly she was feeling nausea, then she started feeling like vomiting. And when she was vomiting, it was blood. And she delayed for treatment. Even we donated blood for her. Even after keeping the water drip for her, it reached the time the water flow stopped, and that's when she died. My name is Mijeledi Muhammad. I've been taking care of him from this fever of diarrhea in blood and vomiting blood. We were told we have delayed the patient because all the organs in the stomach were misplaced.
The National Examinations Council of Tanzania, NECTA, has announced the results of the 2018 National Standard 7 examinations, and in the results, a total of 733,103 pupils out of 944,218 pupils who sat for the examinations passed, which is an increase of 4.96% compared to last year in 2017. The Executive Secretary of NECTA, Dr. Charles Msonde, said that in the results, the number of girls who passed to 382,830, while the number of boys who passed to 350,273, which is equivalent to 77.72%. Dar es Salaam came in first place, beating out all other regions in the country.
The performance on the following subjects, Kiswahili, Science, Social Studies, and Mathematics, is above average, whereby English is below average. Improvement on this subject is needed so as to increase the pass rate. The National Examination Council will carry out a thorough investigation of the results so as to ascertain which subjects were easy and those that were difficult.
466 bags of sugar from the Kagera Sugar Factory and 318 bags of wheat flour have been impounded during an operation that was run by the Commissioner of Shinyanga Region, Zainab Telak, and various law enforcement agencies at the warehouse of a businessman in Kahama district. The Commissioner of the region, Zainab Telak, called upon the officials of various authorities which oversee the sugar industry and which also carry out regular inspections of sugar to discharge their duties as required in order to address this contamination of sugar which has tainted the image of Shinyanga region.
Whoever has been given the mandate to carry out quality control must do so with diligence so as to protect the interests of Tanzanians. I ask them to be patriotic. I also ask TBS and TFDA to get back to work. If they'd carried out their duties with diligence, we would not be here today. I ask TRA also to inspect goods that enter the country. You can see that these culprits are stealing from the people by selling them less kilograms and paying no taxes. We ask the government to pursue the matter relentlessly. We've been fighting this kind of cheating for over 10 years now.
The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has met and held talks with retired President of the Fourth Phase Government, Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, at State House in Dar es Salaam today.
I just came to greet him. It's been a long time since we have seen each other, and just to wish him all the best. He's doing a great job. He should continue with a good job, and we are here in any way we can assist.
The Deputy Minister of Minerals, Dr. Biteko, has directed investors not to remove hundreds of youth engaged in sand mining at Mkongomanga in Mkuranga district and told them to set a procedure that will allow them to work together so as to help build their economic capabilities. Speaking after touring the mines in Mwanadilatu village, Deputy Minister Biteko said that the aim of the Fifth Phase government is to ensure that youth receive employment.
So I ask you to continue with your work. The government is going through with having which system. And we will sit down with all of you and we will tell the ones holding the excavators license, when you have excavators, there will be small miners and uploaders who must get to work. Now that will be easier in the sense you will load more on the cars. And within a short period of time and get more money, unlike filling that lorry with a spade. So let's go slowly. I know you wanted me to say from today onwards, no more excavators.
The Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, Kassim Majaliwa, has opened SIDO exhibitions taking place at the national level in Simiyu region. He has also directed all top officials of the regions and districts which have not set aside areas for traders to ensure that they do so immediately so that these traders have an area in which to exhibit their goods and products. The Prime Minister gave this directive while speaking with the people of Simiyu region alongside businessmen from various parts of the country, right after he had opened the SIDO exhibitions which are taking place at the Nane Nane grounds in Nyakabindi area.
Let me take this opportunity to direct on the following so that they start being worked on. The first, to add SIDO's network. It is very important time for SIDO to start different stations from the council level so that more people are able to reach out and get knowledge, and also get directives on the best way to do activities which will increase our economy. Also, the second is the creation of friendly technology and systems which will assist entrepreneurs in making better products according to the environment you have. In the marketing side, we always prepare exhibitions and we emphasize our entrepreneurs to participate in different exhibitions. On the side of finance, we have been able to give out loans reaching almost 3,574, worthy of 6.384 billion.
2 children from one family residing in Mashule village at Kiamulaile Ward, Bukoba Municipal Council, Kagera region, have been killed by unknown assailants. Their throats were slit by sharp objects and their bodies then abandoned in a forest near the parents of the deceased children's home. The children who were brutally murdered were Ausoni Respicious, aged 7, a grade 1 student at Mashule Primary School, and his younger sister, Alistida Respicious, aged 5 years, who was in kindergarten. The father of the deceased children said that his children disappeared on Sunday when they had gone out with their friends, and that is when the family decided to search for them and involve residents and local government leaders.
Our investigation shows that the incident is connected with witchcraft. Right now, we have arrested 9 people for interrogations to find out the truth behind the incident.
Tanzania Meteorological Authority has said that the winds witnessed in various parts of Dar es Salaam were caused by significant air compression on the coast of Madagascar and South Africa, increasing its speed. TMA did warn that there would be strong winds on October 19th of this year, and areas that have been affected include Pemba, Mafia, Zanzibar and Mtwara.
This forecast was given from the 19th of October. This is due to compression between the South African coast and Madagascar, which has caused high-velocity winds in Tanzania coastal line towards Lake Tanganyika and Victoria.
Development stakeholders helping member countries of the East African community have advised officials of the community to direct more strength in overseeing cooperation issues rather than looking at the interests of their individual countries so that joint aims can be reached as planned and on time.
Without full political integrations, it is the introduction of the euro.
If you look at our presidents within the East African countries, there is what we call political goodwill. Through their cooperation, it is possible to reach the targets because we know that there are people who have empty promises. So what needs to be done now is to make sure that all the discussions are taken to reality.
A need to coordinate more with our partners, a need to actually discuss more our plans and our future.
The United Nations Resident Coordinator Alvaro Rodriguez has said that the organization is geared towards enabling women and youth to create various production projects, and this is to help the growth of the economy in the country. He said this in Dar es Salaam when discussing how in 73 years the UN has aided Tanzania in various ways, including financial training to women and youth.
We officially have reached 73 years since its starting. We as Tanzania, we have been having a very good cooperation with the United Nations before independence and after independence. Like the way one of the UN representatives here in the country has said, we have cooperated with the UN in issues leading to the growth of economy, education, health and other important things in our society.
One of the big challenges, and we know that Tanzanian young men and women face this, is that they get an education, but they don't always end up getting a good job. So one of the challenges in this area of economic empowerment is to make sure that young people, young men and women, have actually the skills for the labor force of today and tomorrow. We know that we are challenged now with many new changes, artificial intelligence and biotechnology and things like that that are changing the way work will be taking place in the 21st century. So equipping young people with the right skills is very important.
And that is all for national news. International news is next.
The relaunched Financial Times is the premier business newspaper in Tanzania. The Financial Times is a weekly source of information and business insight for the most successful leaders, executives, investors, and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times sections below. Telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
And in international news, Mai Mai fighters have invaded an army camp in Beni in the Democratic Republic of Congo. During clashes, one Mai Mai member was captured and another was killed.
Today's attacks are from the Mai Mai. We have traced the route they traveled all the way to come and attack us. But it didn't manage to go farther in the village because we killed one of them. They decided to return back to where they came.
The Pan-African Parliament sessions have been conducted in Swahili for the first time, with many African leaders commending the move.
Nadhani safari imeanza kufanya Kiswahili kuwe lugha ya Afrika.
I think the process is underway to make Kiswahili the official language for Africa. I'm also carrying out instructions given to me by Honorable President Magufuli when he received me in Dar es Salaam after I was elected to be the Vice President of Pan-African Parliament, that we should carry on using Kiswahili.
We call upon Swahili to be the one of the languages that are spoken as a language of unity in the African continent.
That's all for international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back with business news after this short break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Need entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities? Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
News. Mobile company Airtel has said that it will ensure that it continues to improve its services, especially internet services, after discovering that there has been an increase of users and demand for the service in the country.
The smartphone is quite revolutionary, meaning that it will enable the user to access internet with ease because of the touch screen feature. The new handset will enable the user to stay longer online. That is why Airtel, in partnership with itel, has decided to bring this smartphone. This handset will be available in all Airtel and itel shops.
The Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, and Kibondo District Council have launched an agricultural inputs market in the district as part of implementing a joint plan with the United Nations in Kigoma to help bring the service closer to farmers and avoid high costs of following the input to agricultural input shops.
We as farmers, we are facing many challenges because there are times that we are provided with fertilizer which does not cope with our environment and soil. We end up with nothing. Such incidents result into major losses. Thus, there is a need for professionals to come and test our soil to find out what kind of fertilizer would be perfect. There is nothing that brings joy to farmers like farming and expecting good harvests in the end. Nobody should lie to you. Agriculture inputs are essential in good quality and quantity harvests.
Farmers of maize, tomatoes, cabbage and onions in villages of Bunda District, Mara region have complained to extension officers for their inability to visit their farms in order to provide them with education on how to destroy pests that have invaded their crops, causing them to yield low harvests.
Agriculture officers tend to ignore everybody, believing that we have no knowledge about what we do. I would like to call upon them. There are some people like us who are not employed, but we are also experts in the field, and we are here to support whenever they need help, since it is difficult to reach all villages.
And that is the end of business news. We'll be back with sports in just a bit.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Sian Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hippie, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports news, the National Basketball League preparations has reached 90%, with 32 men's and women's teams from 4 zones confirming participation.
They played regional leagues, then after the League 2 winners from each region went and competed in their zones, and then 2 winners from each zone in men's and women's competition will be brought here to get the overall champion.
Kinondoni Municipal Club, KMC, says they have no worries playing the current undefeated Young Africans and claiming that they have good conditions in their camp, so they will perform well.
Yanga is a team just like any other team. The only difference is the name, and that it has been here for a long time. What we say is that we have prepared ourselves to get 3 points. You get the same points when you play Mbeya City, when you play Ndanda, as well as when you play Yanga. So we are asking our fans to pray for us. We pray to God that the day arrives and that we can perform well and get the points.
Manchester United boss Jose Mourinho will not be punished by the Football Association for his part in the injury time fracas at Chelsea on Saturday.
But Blues coach Marco Ianni has been charged with improper conduct. The incident occurred when Ianni celebrated Chelsea's 96th minute equalizer in front of the United bench, sparking a retaliation from Mourinho. Meanwhile, forward Alexis Sanchez has been ruled out of Manchester United's Champions League encounter against Juventus. The 29-year-old Chilean appeared as a late substitute in last Saturday's 2-2 draw at Chelsea, but is not fit, according to boss Jose Mourinho. Defender Antonio Valencia could feature for the first time since 2nd of October after an operation on his mouth. Juventus is set to start with Cristiano Ronaldo, who spent 6 years at Old Trafford between 2003 and 2009. In another instance, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says his side are not ready to win the Champions League, claiming the feeling from their fans that the team must win the competition is missing. City have gone out in the last 16 and quarterfinals of the competition in the Spaniards' 2 seasons in charge. It's one important thing to win this kind of title. You have to be pushed, said Guardiola, who's 47 years old. Not just by the manager, but everyone surrounding Manchester City. He added, and still we don't have that feeling, the feeling that the fans are pushing that we have to win the Champions League. City were knocked out of the Champions League by Monaco in Guardiola's first campaign in charge, then by Liverpool in last season.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to prepare this bulletin for you, thank you for watching and have a good night.
Kitabu cha Dr. Reginald Abraham Mengi kitwacho I Can, I Must